The funniest thing to me is that all of this is because Ethan said, I don't want people to die, and Hassan saying, nuke Israel. Imagine you sabotage your event because you preemptively knee-jerked a response to Ethan Klein and has ruined everything. Idubbbz is scrambling for a new fighter. The new fighter that he reached out to are two people that we are aware of. You're going to be shocked by what I told you. Even the worst streamers that you know recognize that this event, run by a guy who backstabbed his best friend of over a decade, don't want to touch this with a 50-foot pole, even for a bag. That's how you know how bad this is. Lena did the right thing. I feel genuine sadness for Lena and AB. Next is Dad. I'm calling it. Dad is next.
What? You're suing a man and you end it with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum! I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Last minute cobbled together a segment on the Creator Clash stuff. I have to talk about it. I have to, because I am so excited to see a charity event fail. I'm very, 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 very happy that this is happening. And I will say, I have never been more excited to see kids not get cancer money from a shoddy event. If you were planning on going to Creator Clash 3, please make sure that you donate directly to the Kids with Cancer Fund or directly to the charity of your choice. Pirate the hell out of it. I don't care. Pirate it. I'm not the one that's going to give you the link. I'm not going to spread it around. But realistically, unironically, go pirate it. Your money is better well spent on the direct charity rather than this. Okay? Man, fuck them kids. True! We need to talk very briefly about Creator Clash. We got to talk about this. I posted this on my community tab, I want to say about a day ago. Harley Morenstein. Now, Harley, I'll be frank with you, I had a lot of criticisms for Harley back during the Creator Clash 2 fiasco at the time. I'm going to be honest, Harley kind of taking it in good stride and just kind of recognizing that it was a complete shit show is good. I am happy with Harley taking that stance and being like, you know what, I'm going to be the guy that wanted to defend these people, even though he really shouldn't have. He defended it a lot more than Anissa and Idubbbz ever did during the Creator Clash 2 fiasco, and when Anissa had a full-blown schizophrenic meltdown about all of us in the group chat. So Harley has been kind of getting berated on all sides throughout this situation, right? In particular, Harley has now been targeted by the schizophrenic known as Bad Empanada, the guy with the ultimate rape face. And all of Hassan's Orbiters, the new co-host on the Arabs podcast with Frogan.
The only fight I'd watch is Chris versus Leon.
Harley, through conversation, which we will get to, there are certain points in this where Nick leaks DMs where Harley informed him of certain aspects, dropped out, just said, I'm done. I'm done. And I thought, and a lot of us thought at the time, that
people still calling it a charity event
one
is so funny when the last
falls,
one made negative
right?
money for sick kid.
When one falls, especially the headline fighter of Creator Clash, the biggest advocate of Creator Clash, the biggest mouthpiece of Creator Clash, drops out, somebody else is going to drop out. Who is the next logical case of who is going to drop out next due to the insanity that is going on between Hassan and Ethan? Well, if you didn't know, there's an individual named Lena. Lena is the wife of AB. Mike from PA and Bad Empanada and all the other Orbiters call him essentially the house Arab for Ethan. If you didn't know, Idubbbz dropped the content cop the exact time that Ethan was live. Lena had a bit of a panic attack because she's been focused so heavily on this event. She's so excited for this event. AB's proud of her. They're all hammering home on it, right? They're all very, very excited. Lena gets hit blindsided by the content cop, much like Ethan. Proceeds to apparently have a panic attack on set, which you can argue whether that's like weak or pathetic or whatever. To me, I understand why she'd be concerned, especially with the uptick in people that already have a problem with her. So my bet was obviously going to be Lena, and a lot of other people's bets were Lena that was going to drop out next. I can tell you, because of the H3 podcast today, that Lena has officially dropped from the Creator Clash lineup. They are no longer fighting for Creator Clash. We'll watch the clip of Ethan and AB discussing it live on stream today. But now the next question is, what happens next? Because Lena was a big draw for the H3 community members that don't care about the beef between him and Hassan, right? And to be realistic, a lot of people that previously bought tickets were H3 fans, and the H3 community propping that up. I'm not saying it's all of it, but it was a decent chunk. A lot of the promotion was done on the H3 podcast. A lot of those things were done. So what happens now? The people that bought tickets to see Lena most likely are going to cancel. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they're going to go for shits and giggles. Prices have gone down by half in regard to the event for where the seatings are. They've closed off entire sections of the upper stadium so that people can't sit up there because they know they're not going to sell out enough. And now, again, main headliner and Lena, somebody who brings a big audience component to it, whether you love or hate Ethan, it's the truth, are both gone because of the drama involving throwing rocks at each other over a conflict that nobody gives a shit about in this entire situation. That's the funniest thing to me, is that all of this shit is because Ethan said, I don't want people to die, and Hassan saying, nuke Israel. Imagine you sabotage your event because you preemptively knee-jerked a response to Ethan Klein and has ruined everything. So Harley, again, dropped out. Here's a clip of Nick talking about it.
Okay, I did just get clarification from Harley Morenstein. I appreciate it. I'll have to move this up in the segment, but he just wanted to clarify that he dropped. Ian and Anissa didn't drop him. He left on his own accord.
Thank you for the $5, my
so
man.
that is something that he wanted.
Bro, Harley's a dick, but Harley was the mainstay of the of the event. He was the headline fighter. That's huge for an event to lose that. So as you can tell, Nick, while live, was informed that Harley dropped out of the event run by people that are pro-death. Keep that in mind. Harley saw this late, was tying up loose ends, still doing that. I did leave on my own accord in the end. You can mention that if you're still live. So in this moment, Harley admits that it wasn't Idubbbz or Anissa that kicked him from the card, much like they did with Froggy Fresh. Harley left of his own accord because Bad Empanada, the rape face enthusiast, decided to start saying crazy shit about him. And all the Hassan orbiters started saying crazy shit about him. So it makes sense that Harley doesn't want to be a part of the event anymore. Now, after Harley announced his departure, Tectone was live. Now, apparently, Idubbbz is scrambling for a new fighter. He's scrambling for a new fighter. The new fighter that he reached out to are two people that we are aware of. One is Tectone. Two, you're going to be shocked by what I told you. So let's read this. Now that we have Harley Morenstein dropping out of Creator Clash 3, let's do some investigating. Gay way to put it together, Yeet. Was Tectone slated to be Harley's replacement? Tectone reveals yesterday that Idubbbz asked him what his weight was in DMs. Before I get invited to that, not interested.
Idubbbz DM'd me.
The only fight that I will care about, I don't give a shit about Tectone. If Tectone gets to fight Frogan, I will pay so much money. I will pay so much money to see that happen.
And he asked, how much do you weigh? So I think he's gonna try to get me in Creator Clash, which, by the way, before that comes out and before that gets invited, before I get invited to that, I'm not interested.
Based, Tectone, absolute Giga Chad maneuver. I'm not interested. Fuck you and your pro-terrorism shit. Based, bald man with multiple allegations and gotcha gamer lover just goes, fuck you. I don't want to be a part of that. Based is all hell. I love it. No one should ever join Creator Clash. Do not pay for Creator Clash. Donate the money out of your own pocket directly to the organizations. Do not support Creator Clash.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'd rather do a fighting event that isn't run by somebody who stabs their best friend in the back.
Oh!
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Let's go! Holy shit, I didn't know he said that part. Bro, that's fucking crazy, dude. What I'm gathering is that Ethan's desperate to get a draw, right? So the draw to bring in would obviously be Tectone. He just got banned for calling Frogan fat, which is a actual fact of life. That is not an insult. They are a fat, Jabba the Hutt looking bitch, all right? That is what Frogan looks like. Nothing's changed that. Nothing. And Tectone gets banned for that, and then randomly, Idubbbz, out of nowhere, reaches out to get Tectone on the card. Methinks that Idubbbz wants to put Frogan's biggest A-log in the ring to get punched in the face, and that'll draw more ticket sales. Plus, Tectone's a big streamer. Sounds like Idubbbz is a little desperate. Here's the next one that I find hilarious. Ice Poseidon. Getting Ice Poseidon. Look how gangly this guy is. There is no way that he is going to get in the ring with anybody. The sheer desperation to reach out to this anemic streamer that scams people is the funniest shit to me imaginable. With Creator Clash 3 just weeks away, Ice Poseidon reveals that he denied an offer to box Idubbbz at the event. To box Idubbbz at the event. So here's an interesting thing. And I'm going to put this towards my Tectone position as well. Now that the main card is gone, Harley, who can fill those shoes? A certain somebody that I think said, I don't want to box unless I absolutely have to. It's Ian. Ian's going to have to step back into the ring. And Ian is trying to find an opponent that has a worse reputation than him. Interesting, no? Interesting. I think he's struggling to find people.
I got invited to box Idubbbz at his event, his boxing event for Creator Clash, but I had to decline that because if I were to lose to Idubbbz, I would be extremely embarrassed.
Dude, even Ice is like, bro, even if you paid me, it's not worth it. If Ice got paid a bag, he would like do anything, right? This dude is like a money whore. But like, he won't even take the bag to maybe potentially lose a fight to Idubbbz because he knows it'll be the most embarrassing moment of his life.
And I'm not very good at boxing, so I was like, no, I can't do that.
You guys have the same stats, though.
I know he has 2 losses, I have 2 losses. That's what I'm saying. If I lose to him, there's no coming back from that. Because he's like a skinny dude.
I think you'd win.
Idubbbz versus
I mean,
and I think everyone would be wanting you to win, too.
Yeah, but I have no training at all. And it's very soon. So I would gas out in 5 seconds, and then I'd be fucked. And he's definitely been training.
This is great. Very unheard of W from Ice Poseidon. Very unheard of. Even the worst streamers that you know recognize that this event, run by a guy who backstabbed his best friend of over a decade, don't want to touch this with a 50-foot pole, even for a bag. That's how you know how bad this is. That's how you know how bad this is and how desperate Ian's getting, is to reach out to somebody with a worse reputation of him. A more viscerally hated reputation than him. The desperation is oozing. I wonder why AB and Lena don't want to join the card. Now, this individual right here is the new member of the Arabs podcast run by Frogan. AB and Lena are the Sabra Hummus of Lebanon. We do not claim them. I wonder why Lena hasn't been promoting things. I wonder why Lena hasn't been getting her face involved into any of this after the content cop dropped, and even during the debate, the fight with Hassan. Because people like this that will weaponize their own religion and race against one of their own because of a disagreement involving, again, a conflict that none of these people actually give a shit about. They're weaponizing each other's races and religion and denouncing them. Because even though AB says all the time, I don't support the state of Israel, these people think AB is a house N-word. That's what they're doing. They also don't like the fact that Hila donated $20 to Nick DiOrio last night. This tweet right here involving Diorio's thumbnail, this retard right here, straight up psychotic stuff. But what do you expect from any less from the Raider of Ramallah? Are you fucking stupid? It's one of the first Google results. Literally right there. One of her most viral tweets. A photo of herself with a filter on that she was beat up. Nick just used it in the photo for the thumbnail. And this dude is calling out that Nick is inciting harassment. This is stupid as shit. Look at this photo. This is an iconic photo. It's iconic as shit. Holy hell. This is iconic. Now, let's move on to, we're almost done with the Creator Clash stuff. As of today, because Ethan Klein is currently debating Sam Cedar. He's already debating with Sam Cedar as of today, right? Ethan, before the debate, put up a notice. Let everyone know on his podcast that Lena is dropping out of Creator Clash.
Any of us took lightly, least of all, AB and Lena specifically. It is with great regret that we announced that Lena will not be participating in Creator Clash either.
Yes. First off, I apologize to any of the fans who were going to see Lena. It's been a lot, and Lena's just sort of been thrown in the middle.
Man, I wonder where they got this impression that they were thrown in the middle. Maybe it's the co-host of the Arabs podcast saying that they aren't real Lebanese people. How about that? You know, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they don't want to be involved with this. Maybe it's because you know, Ian decided to throw her to the wolves.
She was kind of put in a really shitty situation, and boxing is a very serious thing, and you need your full concentration. And it was getting to a point that she was just caught in the middle of stuff, and I was afraid, and she was distracted at practice, and there's a lot to it. And yeah, she wasn't dropped. It was sort of.
Now, I need to clarify here. According to AB, Ethan, and the rest, which AB is her husband, Lena was not removed by Idubbbz and Anissa. We need to be clear with that. She dropped out of her own accord. She did the right thing for not only her mental health, her husband's mental health, and overall the entire idea of this event being propped up and supported by these people that are attacking them. Lena did the right thing. I feel genuine sadness for Lena and AB. Like normally I shit on the H3 crew, right? I really do. But the thing is that they've become so sympathetic to me because of this bullshit that I can't not feel sympathy for them. Because it was obvious Lena was excited to do this. Lena was excited to get on the program and to do money and to make charity money and all this stuff, right? And AB was proud of her. The crew were proud of her. And Idubbbz needed to stick his nose into a debate involving a conflict that they don't give a shit about. And started calling her husband a house N-word for Arabs. For Arabs. Arabs? I feel bad for this woman. I feel bad for AB. I used to hate AB. I feel bad for them. That is the most insane part of this, is that they have made the crew this sympathetic to somebody who hates them. Now we're breaking containment. Now it's starting to break containment. This is Denim's alt account, the dumb whore that puts her tits out and nobody actually pays attention to what she's saying. They just pay attention to her tits. Denim's on an alt account posts a photo of a cat. This is where we know that the Creator Clash stuff is starting to break containment, is that random fucking shitters. And they are taking photos of this and tweeting this out themselves. Hi, Idubbbz event is struggling. Pay some money, bitch. Now, if you look at the list of people that have donated money so far to Creator Clash early, pre-ticket sales, I don't see Denim's on there. I don't see Frogan on there. I don't see Hassan on there. I don't see Mike from PA on there. I don't see Sean the Black on there. I don't see the Arab podcast members on that list. That random chatter's got a point. If you really care about Ian, and really care about his event, and are friends with Anissa and Ian, Denim's, you'd be donating some of that money that you made. Profiteering off of dead kids in Palestine. Sitting from your chair, trying to lord over people that just want peace. The craziest part, and Ahsoka's right, H3 donated to that charity. None of these people did. None of them are promoting Creator Clash. None of them want to be helpful to Ian. They're not bringing him on their shows and everything to help promote it, like Ethan has. Interesting. Crazy. Lena's the second fighter to drop off Creator Clash 3's roster. I heard a rumor she was being dropped over not promoting, but AB clarified it was her decision to leave. Promoting the event was still a factor. I honestly thought this had been miscommunicated at first. It's almost too laughable to be true. Hardly any fighters across all 3 events promoted this thing at all. The promotion aspect for Lena would most notably be through her appearances on the H3 podcast, a bridge Ian and Anissa chose to burn. That's 2 out of the 3 of the at-risk flights collapsing in 48 hours. Next is Dad. I'm calling it. Dad is next. If you can get a refund for paying Creator Clash, get the refund. Get the refund now. If you can do it, if you can trick the system, if you could do any of that, get your money back, donate it to the actual charity and not through Ian and Anissa. Do that. I'm calling it. Dad is dropping out next. That's really all I have to say. I'm very excited to see that event fail.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Core, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the Lolcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there. And we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often. So make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.